Hey guys, welcome back. And today we'll be making some moist Christmas rum cake. Welcome back guys. So black cake is a very common cake in the Caribbean community. It's made on special occasions such as Christmas and holidays, and also for weddings. Now if you go to any Caribbean wedding, you will definitely see a black cake there. Now, typically your black cake is very moist as you do soak it with alcohol, and you also want the texture to be very dense. This is not going to be a typical light fluffy cake. You want this to almost be a pudding texture. So these are the ingredients that I will be using today, and I will have all the measurements listed in the description box below. And let's get into it. Now to start, I will be using a 9-inch round cake pan. You're just going to grease the pan with some butter and then add some parchment paper to the bottom so that the cake doesn't stick. At this point, you can preheat your oven to 325 degrees. Now, starting with my dry ingredients, I will combine all of them and sift them into a bowl. I will be starting with 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of mace, 1 teaspoon of allspice, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now I will just gently sift everything into a bowl. Combine and then set it aside. Now for our wet ingredients, we'll start off by creaming 1 cup of butter. Now you want this to be at room temperature, that way it creams nicely. Now we will add in 1 cup of brown sugar, and we're going to cream the sugar and the butter together until you get a nice fluffy texture. Now we'll add in 4 beaten eggs. And we'll also add in just 1 tablespoon of lemon zest right into the eggs. Also 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. We'll add the eggs slowly into the sugar and butter mixture. Now we'll add in our fruit blend mixture. Now I've had this fruit mixture soaking in alcohol for about 3 weeks now. If you want to have the recipe, I will leave a link at the top here, and I have a video showing how I prepare my fruits. Now this is going to make about 3 cups of fruit blend, and we will add this right into the bowl. And we're just going to combine this really well. Now we will add in 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of almond extract, and 1 tablespoon of molasses. Give everything a good mix. Now I will be adding in the browning, and this is what gives the cake its dark texture. Now you can use anywhere from about 3 to 4 tablespoons until you get the desired color that you like. I don't like mine's typically too dark, so I think I've only used about 3 tablespoons here. Now also you want to make sure that you don't use too much browning because it will actually make the cake taste bitter. Now we'll combine the dry ingredients with the wet in small batches. And just make sure you're folding the flour into the batter by going in circles and then just kind of scraping through the middle. Now once I was done, I did think that my batter was a little too thick, so I did actually add in about a 1/4 cup of wine into the batter. You can also do the same, or you can just leave the alcohol out altogether. Now you'll pour the batter into your prepared pan and just make sure you level the cake batter out and just give the pan a few knocks on the counter just to get rid of any air bubbles. And you are going to bake your cake for about 1 hour and 15 minutes to 1.5 hours. And you'll be checking the cake periodically towards the end. Before you put the cake in the oven, you're also going to want to have a water bath. It's just an empty pan with some water in it. You're going to place this on the lower rack of your oven right underneath the cake, and this helps to prevent the cake from drying out. After about 1 hour and 15 minutes have gone by, you can check your cake for doneness by piercing it with a utensil. If it comes out clean, then your cake is done. You're going to want to poke some holes into the cake throughout. And then you will be taking a little spray bottle with a prepared mixture of alcohol, which would be rum, red label wine, and sweet wine, and just make sure you thoroughly saturate the cake while it's still warm. Alternatively, if you don't want to use a spray bottle, you can just pour the alcohol right over the cake. And once the cake is cool, you can remove it from the pan. And look how moist that is.